Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your bonus general tarot reading for February 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what we got for the lovely Saggies here, my guides, in February. And when I like to do these bonus readings, it's just any messages that Spirit might want to pass along to you, whether we missed them in the weekly readings or it could be anything really. Let's see what bonus messages we got. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And then at the very end, I'm going to pull you a bonus card from the Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms. Beautiful deck, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Saggy, please. Bonus messages, my guides. What do you got to tell my friends, please? Okay, yeah, there we go. Thank you. Okay, lots of people. And this is something I've been seeing around the fire signs more so than the other alignments here. There's just a lot of people. So whatever situations you're dealing with, whether they're group things or just a lot of people affecting your energy, it's just like people. It feels like a lot. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. Interesting imagery here. So you'll probably notice we have that male figure, that female figure. There's like a post in the center with all these different pictures of other people. Even in the background, there's more people. So first and foremost, this could just represent a group dynamic of some kind, whether that be work, family, community. There's something with a lot of people in the energy showing up in prominence for Sagittarius. For some of you, you might be a little more popular than you usually are, right? I know Saggies are usually very popular individuals. Might have a lot of people hitting you up when this card is in the mix. Other things I think of, your intuition and your empathy could be heightened in this time. So just know that the energies of people around you, people that you're connected to, could be affecting you in big ways. So it's important for you to keep your energy locked down in this time when this card's here. Okay, like a little protection, like energetic protection is needed. And for another portion of you, this card could just represent a bit of hecticness, like a hectic schedule or a lot on your mind. There's just a lot of energy. It's moving in quick. It doesn't feel like it's from one source. So let's just put them down over there. We're going to get into tarot. And I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up here for Saggy, please. Bonus messages for February, my guides. And while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about your most recent reading, my friends. It was titled A Serious Situation. Okay, and it was just a few days ago. So for some of you, there might be a situation that you are taking seriously or that you might need to take seriously. And I've been seeing a lot of energetic speed bumps in the Saggy energy for like the past few weeks. So I'm hoping we get something a little more optimistic. You know how energy goes. And yeah, let's just get it going here, my guides. Talk to me. 3 cards for the lovely Saggies. And just know, like, this could be your energy, it could be someone else's. Energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So let's get these cards out here. You know how tarot goes, my friends. Thank you. Okay. So we have the Hermit in position number 1. Okay. Withdrawn energy. There could be something you're pulling your energy back from when the Hermit's in the mix. Let's get a couple more out here. Thank you. Okay. We have some 9 of Swords energy here. Okay. You might be trying to relieve some sort of stress, or that could be the reason for the withdrawal of energy. Let's get one more. And remember, this could be someone you're connected to that's in this mode. We'll see. There's still like more than half the reading to go. So we could get a lot of energies here. What do we got for Saggy? Thank you. Okay, King of Swords. Lots of mental action here, my friends. And you're also going to have a bonus that popped out along with this King. Try to get that as straight as possible. It's not as easy as it looks. We have the World card right here as a bonus. So we're going to talk about this. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. But at first look, first glance, I am noticing a few themes. We have a lot of sword energy here, which could really focus on the mind or communication. Hopefully there's not something you're overthinking or stressing about, especially with this first card that we had here. Remember, felt like a lot of possible energies affecting you in this time, whether it is multiple people or that energy. It's like barrage, like it's coming in hot. So Let's go through each one. I mean, I do see somebody trying to guard themselves from that or shield themselves from that. But let's go through each one and build this out. Position number 1, we have the Hermit, our good pal. Now, he gets a bit of a bad reputation sometimes. I see him as, like all cards, a double-edged sword. There could be some really good positive energies with this Hermit. Now, it does link to the zodiac sign of Virgo, so whether you're connected to one, maybe you have Virgo placements yourself. When I see it, first and foremost, I always think of somebody in Hermit mode, right? Either withdrawing their energy, pulling it back. It's a little isolated. In its worst case, it could be someone that's a little lonely, and it could also speak to issues in communication, like blockages or miscommunications, things like that. But the positives that I always see with this Hermit is something that a lot of Saggies would really like to deal with. It's like very wisdom based, it's philosophical. This is a beautiful, wise, spiritual energy as well. So for some of you, you might be on a spiritual knowledge quest of some sort, embracing it, diving into it. But there's also a little mystery, a little unknown with this Hermit as well. But for some of you, it could just be super, super simple. You might just be pulling back your energy or in Hermit mode, okay? Nothing wrong with that from time to time. Now, moving to the center, we have the 9 of Swords, another card that takes place in the nighttime. So we do have a little possible mystery showing up here for some of you. You don't have to be an expert in tarot to understand what this card means. You see that person, they're in bed, looks like they're stressing out. So I do say when this card shows up, make sure you're getting proper rest, relaxation, sleep. Very important when the 9 of Swords is here. Okay, some of you might be having like really vivid dreams or intense dreams, hopefully not nightmares, but there could be something focusing around your sleep. This is an anxious, nervous type of energy as well. So when I see it, it's somebody that's a little wound up, especially since it's of the sword suit. So there might be someone stressing, anxious, or nervous when we see it. It does link into the paranormal as well. That's another thing I do have to mention. So when I see the 9 of Swords, like you might be more sensitive, like we saw here in the very beginning. You might be more energetically sensitive than you normally are, even if you don't have those gifts like naturally, which I believe everyone does to an extent. It could be heightened in this time, so just keep that in mind. Now, moving to the back end, we have this stern, serious King of Swords, and that links almost perfectly with the reading we had for you last week, okay, or like a few days ago. The King of Swords could be an air sign you're connected to, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And as with all kings, he represents control of his respective suit. So whether this is someone trying to keep their mind right, whether it's someone trying to keep some sort of communication thing right or controlled, the King of Swords is very strategic. He's extremely plan-based. So for some of you, maybe it is a plan that you're hatching, or maybe it's someone planning something towards you, an action of some sort. We'll just have to see. But once again, he is very firm, honest, shrewd, straight to the point, and very serious in nature, okay? So when I see it, just like the reading last week, a serious situation, either you need to take something seriously or you are when he's in the mix. I mean, for some of you, like I said, it could just represent a person, right? It could just be a person that you're connected to. It doesn't have to mean all that extra stuff. It really depends on what your situation is. Now, moving to the bonus, we have the World. Now, this is the last of the major arcana. It can represent an ending of some sort. I don't see this as like 10 of Swords ending. This card could represent a happy ending or a close of a chapter moving into a new one. This is a big karmic card as well. So it could speak about the cycles of life, the change, and with all this pulled back, withdrawn type of energy, I saw a similar thing in the Leo bonus. There could be a big change or metamorphosis happening with this card. There's not a sense of finality to me when I see the World card, because if you look at the Fool's Journey, that's one chapter. He gets through the major arcana and then he starts moving through the minor. So that's an interesting little energy we have here. Some of you could be dealing with endings or chapters closing, but the big thing I'm thinking here is change. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Saggy. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what we got. Guides and Spirit Team. What do we have for the Saggies? Bonus messages. Remember, this could be someone else's energy. But yeah, this is where I go intuitive, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Hermit. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Saggy, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Hermit time. Why is the Hermit here? Why is the Hermit in the mix? 9 of Cups. Oh, I mean, this does not feel bad to me at all, my friends. This could be a win emerging out of nowhere. I like it. Okay, we have a card of wish fulfillment here. Now, I do still see this possible withdrawn type of energy. So if there is something that you like, it's kind of giving me no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Nice Gal type of energy. It's like, okay, well, I was always so nice and welcoming and calm. Like the Hermit's like, I'm not going to be so nice anymore. So some of you might just be in that mind state. But overall, when I see the Hermit with the 9 of Cups, some of you might just be happy as is, happy where you're at right now, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a big card of wish fulfillment as well. So I have like a couple of different, 3 in particular. One, this could be a wish or something popping up out of nowhere underneath the Hermit, like some sort of win or victory, unexpected or surprising. Second, you might be saying like, hey, I'm not going to be so nice to this individual or nice in general anymore. Okay, or that could be someone else. And I don't necessarily feel like this is a rough energy. We really want to explore it further as we go on, but I am getting that nice victorious type of energy as well, especially if you're on like a spiritual path. This does feel really good. We'll talk about it more during the recap. I don't want to just keep going over it because I'm not going to pound the message home. It is what it is. Let's keep moving over to the 9 of Swords. Also to note, we have double 9s showing up here. We have the World, karmic, spiritual signs, and that is something that is extremely common when I see karmic style readings. So let's go in with that 9 of Swords. See what this area of stress might be. I mean, you might just be cool. Like if you're in hermit mode, you might be cool. Okay, waiting on something to improve. We have the Star in the upright underneath this 9 of Swords. There could be something that like you don't really want to wait on. There could be something you're wanting or you want to do like immediately. It's like, why do I have to wait? I don't want to have to wait for this. Or once again, that's how someone else is feeling. But the Star, I'm also getting this vibe of someone having that eternal struggle of optimism and pessimism. Like, should I feel good about this or should I not? Should I be optimistic? Is it going to work out? Is it not? It's like giving me that kind of energy. Now, for some of you, you might just be having issues with an Aquarius. Aside from that optimism, pessimism thing, there could be someone that is like really nervous about the future here. Okay, like how is this going to work out? Or what am I going to do? Where am I going to? It's like giving me very nervous, anxious energy about the future. Okay, not saying it's you, but in the undercurrent, one thing I do want to mention, the fact that we have the 9 of Cups and the Star, these are both wish fulfillment cards. So for some of you, whatever problems and situations you're going through, there could be a silver lining that you're not quite seeing yet. Okay, that could be a big energy we're picking up here. Like there might be a silver lining or there might be a win coming in that you don't quite see. Because notice these two are at nighttime. Now we have this beautiful wish fulfillment in the bottom. We're going to keep moving. I feel like there's possibilities to be had even if you're going through a tough situation right now. So let's see why the King of Swords is here. And we'll do our recap before we get into the Shadow card. Yeah, this is the epitome of a double-edged sword reading because like we have some things that could be a little concerning or rough, but at the same time, there's such beautiful energy in the undercurrent. So let's go in on that King of Swords, see what's happening for you. Where's the King of Swords here? Thank you. Okay. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. There could absolutely be somebody in the planning phase of something that they're not quite ready to make a move or an action on it, if that makes sense to you. Double air sign energy here on the back end. Most of this reading, 4 of the 6 cards are air sign energy. So there's this really intense focus on thought, whether it is the stress and nervousness or now even the strategy and planning. Now, the Knight of Swords could be combative sometimes. It's a card of action, movement, forward momentum. So when I see it in reverse, it's like, not yet, not yet. I'm gonna wait a minute, or I'm gonna wait and let this evolve a little bit. So just know I do feel like there could be somebody in strategy plan mode and they're not ready to put that into action just yet. But once again, I'm also getting someone standing their ground and standing firm on something. So for a portion of you, there might be something you're going through where it's like, yeah, no, my mind is made up. I'm standing firm, I'm standing pat, standing solid. It is what it is. It's like giving me that type of energy, but I absolutely do see plans in place, okay? Even though it's not like current. So take that for what it's worth. There's a lot of mental action here all over the place in this reading. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll pull you a shadow card. So this is a hot cold reading. This is, you know, there's really good possibilities in the undercurrent, but there's also some things that we want to look at. Make sure you watch your mind state in this time, no overthinking, no anxiety, all that stuff. But position number 1, we have the Hermit with the 9 of Cups. initially this did feel like, yeah, withdrawing energy. There's like some healing happening here as well. Several messages for some of you. There could be an unexpected or surprising win happening, something you don't quite see, a silver lining that you don't quite see. That's a big theme. So I'm hoping for some of you this is a really good turn of events or something that turns out better than you thought. Another portion of you, you might be withdrawn and be happy, like, all right, no, I'm good where I'm at. We kind of do get two energies of like standing pat on something, so that's in the mix. But I do like the energy. Some of you might just be in the mode where it's like, yeah, I'm not going to be as nice the next time, or I'm not going to be this nice again. It's like very protective type of energy. Moving to the center, we have the 9 of Swords with the star in the upright. Notice we do have some repeating numbers here. We have a lot of spiritual karmic cards as well. I do get someone stressed and nervous about the future, how something's going to turn out. And there's that big focus. But once again, although we have like this mental action, this stress, this anxiety, there's a silver lining here that you might not see just yet. Okay, whether you're going through work things, money things, relationship things, life in general, there's a silver lining that hasn't emerged just yet. And that's what I do like. But there is this overthought. Moving to the back end, we have the King of Swords with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Huge focus on air energy. So whether it's air signs, whether it's the realm of the mind or communication issues, you just take it how it hits. But on the back end there, this to me does feel like somebody standing firm, saying like, okay, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm not going to do anything just yet. There's a big mental planning here as well. So we do have it here with like the stressed out, but we also have it here with the strategy. So there might be something you need to plan, or somebody that's putting a plan into motion. They just haven't taken action yet. So yeah, please take a screenshot of that, Saggy. I mean, there's, once again, a mixed bag reading. It's all good. Let's see what's in the shadows for Saggy now. Let's see. Guides and Spirit Team. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see just yet. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They don't always have to be bad. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll leave a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for my channel members. Let's get it going here. What do we got for Saggy? What's in the shadows for my good friends here? Okay. All right, 7 of Cups options. So this kind of ties exactly in with what we were seeing here up the center. And in the reading as a whole, the 7 of Cups is a card that can represent paths and options. At the same time, there's like this imaginative, daydreamy type of energy. So there is this overabundance of mental action happening here, whether it's coming from your side or another side with the 7 of Cups in the shadows. There could be someone that has you on their mind. You might have a specific person on your mind when this card is here. But the huge message that we link to this is options, choices, paths. So when I see it as a shadow card, this feels really, really good and positive to me. Aside from the messages about thought and thinking and all the stuff we've been seeing already, this tells me that you have paths, you have options that you don't even see yet. And we saw it within the reading, like there's a silver lining that hasn't come to fruition yet, or there's something that you don't quite see at the moment. This 7 of Cups tells me that you're going to have a lot of options and paths at your disposal, especially if you're in a situation where you feel like you're against the wall or your back's to the wall in some sort of way. If you're feeling cornered or there's not much you could do about something, the 7 of Cups tells us different. So there could be unseen options or ones that are coming in that you don't quite see just yet. I feel like this is a very good energy to leave off with, aside from no overthinking. But yeah, Saggy, that's what I have for you, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the February subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, please feel free to go over to my website, mastermetaphysics.com, to check out my digital calendar. But for the February subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my go-to decks, and it is absolutely awesome. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one vibes with your energy the best? Is it the Wands, the Pentacles, Cups, or Swords? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of February, I'll announce winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.